Hey guys, Loman02, back for some more cube drafting. Alright, so this pack. Alright, so the cards that stand out to me are Breeding Pool and Entomb. Entomb is probably the most powerful card in this pack. So Reanimator is kind of in a weird spot for me. I do think the deck can just like randomly win out of nowhere. I actually just lost to it in the finals of my last cube with blue-white. What else can I take here and hope to wheel? I can take Young Pyromancer and hope to wheel Dragon. It seems kind of bad. I can take Breeding Pool and just be open to whatever comes my way. Maul Drifter is also okay. Rabbit Excavator is kind of a cool build around. I'd rather have it than Chalice, actually. So I think, actually, sometimes folks prioritize Artifact kill more than they do Creature kill. But I think it's correct to take Entomb here. I think it's just a very powerful card. And then we could follow it up with a Corpse Dance, or we could follow it up with a Sphinx. Sphinx is also a fine card. But I think I'm going to take Corpse Dance. I think I'm going to do something cool with this draft. I think it's going to be Reanimator. I don't think Reanimator is a great deck. What else am I taking in this pack, though? I'm probably taking a land in this pack or a Sphinx. And Sphinx is fine, but it's kind of fillable. And I think I want to set my signal. Alright, Necromancy? Yeah, probably. Because I feel like big dumb stuff you can get. Alright, so there's some good Storm cards here, but I think I'm going to take Inquisition. Iona may wheel. I may not as well, but Iona is a good Entomb target, but I think I'd rather have Inquisition for this deck before my first Iona. Because I feel like big dumb idiots are just really easy to find. And we know here. So, I mean, that could be wrong. We could have won on Iona. Iona is just really randomly great against some decks. Alright, Jace, Vryn's Prodigy is probably what this deck wants. Time Spiral is also exceedingly good. We probably could have a good Storm deck as well. If we'd kept the open pick. Because Time Spiral is a card you want in that deck. Like, it's just a beast. Alright, Collective Brutality is probably it. It allows you to discard. It also takes away counter spells or just interaction. So I think I like that. What do I think of this deck so far? I mean, it's got a good shell. Like, it's a good shell deck for a Reanimator deck. How many instant speed reanimation effects are there? There's like Corpse Dance. Necromancy's instant speed, but it's not really the kind of instant speed you want. I don't think Goryo's Vengeance is in the cube. I do not know if Shallow Grave's in the cube. It may or may not be. Goryo's Vengeance may just be a little bit too narrow. I know like Animate Dead, like Reanimate R. But the reason I mentioned the instant speed ones is because if you get Eldrazi, you can actually use like Corpse Dance and like Shallow Grave and Goryo's Vengeance to like reanimate those. It's pretty powerful. Like just do 15 out of nowhere with an Emrakul and like, you know, nix 6 of their permanents. Take away 6 turns of mana development. It just seems good. But so far a pretty good shell. I mean, we got some disruption in the form of Inquisition and Collective Brutality. Could go Living Death here. Cooligan's Command's also not horrible, but I don't think it's what I take as a second pick. Living Death is a little bit too big, I think. I think I'm going to take Mystical Tutor and try to go blue-black Reanimator. Alright, Puppeteer Click only works on their stuff, right? Yeah. It could be Vindicate. It'd be like Esper Pie. Control Reanimator. Puppeteer Click's just bad, right? I don't want to reanimate Baneslayer Angels. That's mono fair. I'm going to take Desperate Ritual just because if I want to go into a Storm deck, I could also do that. Because the cards I've been seeing that are open, like there are some Storm cards floating around that have not been picked very highly by other folks. And we are on pick number 8 here. We're going into number 9. So if we see Storm cards wheel, then we could start jumping into that as well. Just kind of up our options. Okay, we never really had a great pick here for this deck or any other. I'm going to pick up this card. There's no other card I'm going to play in here, so I'll pick it up. Alright, Krakus. Heartbeat of Spring is a good Storm card, but we've kind of forewent mana here. Would I have that or Caracas? Caracas is pretty decent, but I'm going to pick up Heartbeat because we could go into like a 4-color Storm deck. And I don't hate Entomb, Mystical Tutor, Inquisition, and Collective Brutality in that deck. And you could also just randomly reanimate that deck, or Oath of Druids in that deck. Iona, I think, was the next pack. If we can get her, that'd be nice. I think she was the next pack, if she's still there. I don't think she's exceedingly high pick fatty, because you really need to be reanimating her. And I feel like we've cut reanimation pretty heavily. Alright, so here. Probably Clasm. In case we do go Grixis Pie. I mean, I'm kind of leaving it open to go Grixis or Bug Pie. Alright, Lion's Eye Diamond. Card is really good. I'm going to pick it up. It's better than Ritual, I think. Maybe I stuck with my first couple picks too strongly and wasn't reading signals well enough in this draft. I feel like we're kind of heading towards a train wreck, which may be fun because I haven't had a real train wreck yet of a draft. I think I've been pretty fortunate. I mean, yes, I've only won once, and I played how many times now? 5. This is my 6th. And I've gone 2-1 in all of them except for when I had a 3-0 and then a bunch of 2-1s, 4 2-1s. Which most of these decks are going to be doomed to go 2-1. I mean, it is what it is. We had some close games though, some contentious games. All right, next is a Fate. I do have Mystical Tutor, so I mean it's possible that like this could form a combo of some sort. There may be a combo for it. I don't know. All right, Fire Drink Satyr. I mean, if we have to audible into red deck wins, we could do that. I haven't seen that be particularly open this draft yet, though. Maybe I haven't been looking hard enough. All right, well, if there was a card we could get back, it'd be Living Death, because I mean we could play this. We need fatties, though. Someone else took the fatties. They took the Iona. Which is kind of bizarre to me. Because I feel like we cut it very heavily, and I don't know what else would have pulled someone into that. Maybe like Animate Dead. Maybe someone just wants to play this deck. Alright, so there's an Imperial Seal, which is a good card. There's Preordain, which is good, but I think we're just going to take Mana Crypt here. Ulamog is fine. But he's replaceable level. And Mana Crypt is more open. And it's just fast mana. And this deck is not trying to sit around and play a long game. Like, let me tell you what. Not trying to do that. Not at all trying to do that. Living Death is not really looking great, though. Living Death tends to be more of a red-green card. Alright, well, I wouldn't mind playing Emrakul in this deck or reanimating her. She's not great. Vamp is the next best card, but I think this is a pretty easy Ancestral. And we're not like 0% trying to go Storm, but we just don't have fixing right now. Like, our fixing is just it's non-existent. Like, if we had taken the first pick Breeding Pool over Entomb, then we probably could have gone that route pretty easily. It would have been a much different draft, though. Would have prioritized a lot differently. Oddly enough, I actually do think Lion's Eye Diamond in certain packs is first pickable. Okay. So there's Sheldred, which is like a second tier reanimation target. I think I'm going to leave in this pack. I think Verdant Catacombs or Rakdos Signet are the most correct, and I think I'm going to take the Verdant Catacombs at this stage. Because I still don't want to like completely shut the door on maybe being some sort of combo deck outside of Reanimation or Reanimator. Because I do actually have some interesting cards to make it work. I mean, if I get like a Yawgmoth's Will, like Lion's Eye Diamond becomes very live. We obviously passed up on a draw 7, like one of the best ones, Time Spiral. Time Spiral is just epic level good, especially if you have them on a tap down board and then you can just go for it. Verdant right now is just getting a swamp, but we could find like an Underground Sea or something like that, or Watery Grave possibly, or just another color entirely, like a Trop or something like that. So I kind of do like picking up the fetch there. I think if I had the option to fetch in a duel, I'd probably take a duel first, like a literal duel, not like a speed land or fast land. All right, Mana Drain, quite good. Una's Prowler is a good setup card for Reanimator, but I have a hard time saying no to Mana Drain, guys. I really do. Avacyn is kind of just marginal. I feel like there's a lot of ways to deal with her. I have to check my battery in a second here, guys. All right, so we're going to highlight Drain. I'm going to take the headset off for just a second, guys, and check my battery power, because I'm not getting power for some reason to my computer. And it will die in the middle of me recording if I do not fix that. Well, that'd be a good reason. The power box is unconnected. So 1 minute, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, we're back. So this draft's been kind of bizarre, because like a lot of the fatties have not come around, even though like, and some of them were like fatties that are not really great without reanimating them. Alright, so the safe pick is Torrential Gearhulk, more than likely. The risky pick is Cabal Ritual, and I feel like I'm going to take the Cabal Ritual. And try to go into Storm. We can also take Baleful Strix, just a good like medium pick. Yeah. I'm gonna take Cabal Ritual, guys. And we'll see. We passed up on another ritual. At one point, I think we took Clasm over it or something like that. I'm just feeling like all the fatties are getting stiped, so that means maybe someone's playing like a Eureka or a Sneak and Show deck. I don't think Iona's good in Sneak and Show. I think it's kind of bad, actually. Maybe even actively bad. I think the right pick there was either Baleful Strix or Torrential Gearhulk. Probably Strix, but I'm going to take the Cabal Ritual because I do feel like Storm is possibly a little bit more open. And here, I've kind of punished again. Like, nothing really for my deck, right? So I guess I'll take a Dismember. It's just a cheap spell. Cheap, very easily castable spell. Impulse, probably. We could still be Reanimator. Like, Bizarre Baghdad has the highest chance of wheeling in this pack. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Yeah, maybe it comes around. Maybe. I mean, there's a good chance. Like, it's a card no one really wants to play with. Alright, Gifts on Give It. Shallow Grave? Gifts is very good too. It's probably, I'm going to pick up Shallow Grave, I guess. Alright, Imp-Seal, yep. Empiric Tutor, yep. Man, I still feel like I could go either way with this deck. Like, I really do. I feel like this could go into Storm or could go into, like, you know, what I was talking about. Palinchron is probably correct here. What else would I take? There's really nothing else for me. I made a duplicate, but Mono Fair. Alright, Una's Prowler. It's a fine enabler. Palinchron is not an ideal reanimation target, though. Let's just put that out there. So we have a very interesting set of cards here. And I do think we have a deck somewhere in here. I'm just not quite sure yet. Alright, we're going to take Mana Flare because that is a card that we could splash in. We also have Heartbeat. So, I mean, if our fixing got a lot better in Pack 3, which the chances of that are pretty low, then we could go that route. Palinchron is looking worse and worse. So I'm like a Reanimator deck with no reanimation targets. I do need to like get the best reanimation target. And it's certainly not Hellrider, but I will take that over Mutavault. Because Mutavault we're not going to play in this deck. We're going to care about our mana too much to be attacking with our mana. That's an aggro card. Or maybe like a one-color mid-range deck. I guess you could play Mutavault in like mono green. It'd be fine, probably there. Alright, Stud of War. Yeah, White Weenie. Always going around. Always going around, poor guys. Well, this deck has a lot of ways to find powerful stuff, but as of right now, it does not do anything powerful. We have good discard outlets in the form of Entomb, Jace, Collective Brute. Alright, do we have like a... We have an Oath here. It's probably not going to be Library. It's probably just Mox Jet, right? Try to be fast. Or is it Library? It's probably Mox Jet, guys. want to pick up the jet here. The library will not come around. What comes around? Maybe a signet, maybe a repeal. Yep. Okay, reanimate. I mean, there's no big dumb dude here. Like, we really wanted, like, Emrakul or Gristlebrand. But it is reanimate. I mean, this reanimation shell is just stellar. Like, it's a perfect shell. It just needs the payoff now. Like, it needs 2 payoff cards, realistically. And we're still not going to get one here, are we? We could take Putrid Imp, but I think Putrid Imp will wheel more than likely. I'm going to pick up the Polluted Delta. I don't really want this card in my deck anymore. Everything else I'll play probably in this. I mean, Cabal Ritual is a little dicey, but fast mana is still fast mana. I mean, alright, Exhume. I mean, like, we can reanimate the world. Or is it Dark Pet? I'm gonna pick up the Exhume. I just need like 2 fatties. Come on, packs. I know I didn't prioritize them in the first pack, and somehow like they just all vanished. Like, I don't know why someone would take that many fatties. Like, maybe there's folks who prioritize very differently than I do in this cube. Like, you really want the shell before you want the fatties, and like I feel like the fatties should come if you want them. Still no fatties. Oh no. If I miss on this, it's gonna be so horrible. Like, do I just like audible into like the Overgrown Tomb so I can play Heartbeat of Spring and try to go Storm without a Stormwind Con? Oh god. Alright, Buried Alive. I think this is my last pack, guys. Alright, Yawgmoth's Will. Do I have one more pack? Just like 1 fatty, guys. Come on. 1 fatty. This would be hilarious if I just have a deck that can't be played. Because this deck is like a great shell, but like somehow, like, I don't know how, but like every fatty appears to have been picked. Someone maybe, I don't know, got like a Channel or like a Eureka in their first pack. Like, if no one else is picking these, I don't know why they would be taking fatties. Like, Show and Tell is bad. Like, you only play it in blue-red if you have like the Through the Breach and the Sneak Attack. Can this deck win otherwise? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't really think it can. I mean, loop Palinchron eternally. We can Nexus of Fate over and over and over again. Does that do it? So we can exile all of our deck and then like just have Nexus of Fate in our deck. That's the last thing we have with Young. Like, so use Young's will to like exile our whole deck from the graveyard and like draw into Nexus of Fate and just continue to cycle it. It feels bad. All right, do I have one more chance of fatty? I'll play like any fatty at this point. Just something. Like, just something to reanimate. Because this deck is great at reanimating. It's just, that's what it does. I mean, Palinchron, maybe we would play here. We could maybe go Reanimator Storm. But we don't have a Stormwind Con. That's the other part. That's kind of like killing me here. Alright, Kozilek. Alright, Kozilek is in. Kozilek, get in there. You're horrible, but F it. Get in there, man. I would like one other fatty that is like not a Kozilek that I can just reanimate. Kozilek's pretty bad, but he does shuffle back in, which is kind of nice. We could possibly cast him with this deck, maybe. I mean, he has 10 mana, so he's probably the most castable of Eldrazi. If he gets exiled, we're kind of effed. Is there one more pick that we haven't seen yet? Like, if I got an Emrakul or a Gristlebrand, this deck just goes like to the tits. It's just like the best. Nuts. Alright, and that's not around anymore, right, is it? Okay. I guess Vampire Nighthawk to stay alive against aggro. We could play Oath. That's an option, actually. It's not horrible. I mean, if we play Oath, we probably cut the Una's Prowler and maybe the Jace. Could play Vidalcan Shackles or Repeal. Repeal is probably better. I'll play Repeal in this deck. I mean, I already have a lot of mana sources sitting in here. So this is one target Reanimator with Kozilek. Kozilek is not the ideal target, but it can win games. And this is sacrifice, right? So if you sacrifice it, it does not... Alright, it shuffles back in, which is nice. So I'm one target Reanimator. This deck is something. We could play Tasigur. I'll pick up a Tasigur. There's certain matchups where we may want it. It's certainly not sort of Feast of it. But actually, we can play Brain Freeze, too. Brain Freeze is kind of interesting. So we have reanimation effects. Do we have anything for their graveyards? I'll play this. Reanimate? Yeah, that works. Dark Pet? Sure. Mezfiend for the really grindy matchups. Dark Writ. All right, so we like Reanimator Storm. This isn't a deck, guys. Like, this is such a pile. Like, it's got a lot of weird stuff going on in it. I don't know how much we're gonna be able to play of this. So let's add basics. Yeah, 4 and 7. That's 13 lands. We need to probably play more than that. Because we do have, I think, a bit of draw and discard and tutor effects. Alright, so what are we cutting? I do think Brain Freeze is okay. So we can Necromancy out of their graveyard, right? Yeah, that works on their dudes. So does this. So we could Brain Freeze them and, like, reanimate their dudes. Yeah. Or we could try to storm them off. Now, since we do have Yawgmoth's Will in this deck, I mean, we need to play more lands. Do we want to play a Lion's Eye Diamond? Like, it's not actually horrible. But what I cut for? Buried Alive? Buried Alive seems kind of marginal. We only have one dude like that we really want to put in the graveyard. Could play Palinchron to untap and just have a 4/5 dude. But I don't have a way to make good mana. I could go Eternal with Palinchron if I wanted to splash and put in Mana Flare or Heartbeat. That is a method to generate Infinite Storm. But it seems kind of bad. Dismember, do I need that? I think it is fine. Repeal can probably get cut for a land. Drain is not its best in this deck. Is this a 15 or 16 lander? I feel like with 15, it's 17 mana sources. I think this is fine with a Mox Jet and a Crypt. Alright, guys. YOLO. This deck is rough. It's kind of a train wreck. Because it just missed on the targets. Like, if it had, like, Gristlebrand and Emrakul, I'd feel pretty confident with this list. I feel like it was pretty well built. But as it stands, it's kind of... it's a weird deck. It's a weird mix of combos. So we're playing Brain Freeze with basically one target Reanimator. I don't think you'd say no to this hand. I'm going to keep it. I mean, it doesn't have a way to discard. It doesn't have a way to find my dude. But it's got a lot of shenanigans going on. I mean, if it ever gets there, I probably should cut, like, Exhume and those kind of cards, right? That's kind of bad, right? All right, Mother of Runes, yeah, whatevs. Should I kill that? No, not yet. I'll kill it on my turn if I have to. I'm going to find an island here, because I'm going to Impulse. I'm going to find Mystical Tutor. Yep. I'm going to say go. So I'm obviously doing some busted shenanigans. I think that's probably pretty apparent. Dude. Play a dude out. Alright, Gideon whatevs. Well, they could make an emblem off that. Alright, they're going to prevent damage. Alright. Get schmoed. And sack all your stuff. That's a beatdown. Do I want a Mystical Tutor here? Probably do. For what? Brain Freeze? Let's take a look at this. Ancestral Recall? Yeah, probably just Ancestral. We'll just get into more cards. Oh, yes! The one win con reanimator storm deck wins his first game. I don't even know if it's enough to kill them though. Is it? Oh, it is. That's 30 cards. I didn't even count. I was just gonna reanimate one of their dudes. That was my plan, is to reanimate one of their dudes with it. That was sick. So looking at it now, like Exhume is probably just bad in this deck. Maybe I just want one more land. Like Exhume's pretty bad. Like, what am I gonna exhume in this deck? I probably just need to put a land in. I'm gonna mod this deck before I go to my next game. So I'm gonna put a 16th land in. Yeah, Exhume's pretty bad. I have to relook the build. Yeah, Exhume was just horrible. That's a horrible idea. Necromancy's probably fine because it targets their dude. So is Reanimate. And I have Brain Freeze to make their stuff go to the graveyard. Oh, so sweet. So sweet, guys. I don't really care how we do with the rest of the draft. Like, that was just fun. Like, I got to hit them with an instant speed, Eldrazi, and then Reanimate. Like, just... Mwah. Just perfect. It's a keeper. It's not like the best, but it's also not terrible. Oh god, this turned into a spicy meatball. Alright, we're just going to discard them here, force them to discard here. What have you got? Okay. Ditch that. Don't care about poor or Nature's Claim. I don't think what I have that's actually an enchantment. Alright, this thing, cool. What does this get? Like a Jit or a Batter Skull? They have Jit, okay. Alrighty. Well then, I'm gonna put this into play. I guess I could have like Dark Ritualed into Yawgmoth's Will to get that thing. That seems really bad. I don't think their life total is that relevant. I think, oh, they're attacking me? Alright, they want to play something then. They have counter magic? That was a weird turn. I mean, if I have counter magic, you kind of get owned there, right? I mean, I guess they could think I just don't have any. Okie doke. Alright, well. Oddly enough, this is happening. Take it. Their Gideon's going to be able to get through, but this thing's not getting through. I need to hit blue mana pretty badly here, if you hadn't noticed. So they're going to have Gideon here. The old Gideon. Giddy up, Gideon. Probably play it, make a 2/2, and say go. Yep. And then they'll attack with it next turn. Okay. Well, can I storm them off next turn is kind of the question I've got. I really need blue mana. Really, really badly. Alright, Entomb. Now they can only attack with a Gideon here, which is kind of nice. I'm still going to lose the Porcelain Legionnaire. I'm probably losing this one. I'm not feeling good about it, as they would say. Because they have just too many permanents in play, and we kind of just, did not hit our marks. Mana Drain, maybe a little ambitious. Maybe I need one more blue mana in the deck to make it really worthwhile. It is mostly a black deck. So, we'll see what happens here. Alright, they're just going to blow that up. Alright, I get to gain some life. That's cool. I actually think it was better for them just to... Alright, they're not going to attack with their Gideon? I think they attack with Gideon too. Alright. I think I actually gain life this way, though. I think this turn cycle I gain life this way. Take some life loss. Cool with me. Land, go. Alright, land, mother, go. Alright, so, here we go. I think I'm dead next turn. Is there any way I can do this? Like, any way I can storm off? I haven't made a land drop yet. Verdant does not get the land I need, so I need to draw into cards. Necromancy doesn't do it. Dismember is bad. Yeah, I think I just have to pray they screw up here. And then I have to try to... I'm not going to be able to storm next turn. If I kill Gideon, does that mean I can win next turn? I don't know. So I'm attacking Gideon here. They could block with their mother. We'll see what they do. Alright, sack that dude. Yeah. Sack your mom. Don't block with mom. Keep her around. You need her for protection. Alright, they're going to block with mom. I'm dead. Alright. So that's, yeah. Let's make sure they know, they realize it, and they pump. But I'm going to force them to do it. Alright, yeah, they got me. I think. I'm going to make them do it. Yep, they got me. Yep, got it. That's enough. That is enough. That is more than enough. Alright, so let's begin sideboarding. I do think we can beat this deck, though. I just think, yeah. I mean, Living Death wouldn't have been bad there either. Just blow up their board. Do I want Mez Fiend? Is Mez Fiend good enough? Do I want LED? Because LED is just spooky with Brain Freeze. Maybe. I can tell you what I don't want, which is Coast like in my opening hand. Just gonna resub it and try again. I don't think this is a deck that sideboards very well. Okay. We do have the Kozilek in hand, which is kind of problematic. I'm going to keep this, though. I mean, it's got its mana. It does need some things to go right. It needs some time, is what it needs. And I wouldn't mind a discard outlet. Alright, go. Alright, Avacyn's Pilgrim. Yeah, go. Just attack me. Perfect. Attack. No attack. Alright. Alright. So they can exile an entire graveyard. So I do need to hit. Interesting. I'm going to take Collective Brutality, I think. I could have taken Dismember, I suppose. This Gideon again. Yuck. Make a 2/2. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, you got my one spell. Don't have a path or plow. They got a path or plow. God damn it. Alright, opponent's draws have not been bad. You can say that. They had an outer to my Jace as well. Oblivion Ring taking away my mana. Crypt, I assume. Alright, well at least I'm not getting hit. You know, well, I'm getting hit, but... Alright, what do we got to draw here? Not that, I'll tell you that much. We could just reanimate this thing and hope. I'm pretty doomed here, huh? Buy a turn. At a minimum, it blocks a Gideon for a turn, unless they have another plow or path or something like that. If they do, I mean, what are you going to do, right? I mean, like, we're already pretty effed here. Like, they just had a good draw. Again, I think if we got to keep Jace around, we were in better shape than this. I mean, we had draws, right? We're going to block and keep our life total up a little bit, but I think we're in a lot of trouble here because we don't have a draw 7 to kind of play the whole Storm game. And it looks like they have another nonsense. Alright, kitchen things. Life total I don't think matters that much. It really comes down to... Alright, well, Vamp, but I'm dead. So, Vamp and concede. Nothing I can draw. had to draw my Vamp card that turn. I don't even know what it was. So go 1-2. But we did get to win with reanimating both Kozilek and storming them out in the first game, which is pretty sweet. They had more of like a fair, like weird kind of mid-range deck. The kind of deck that I do not think is going to win the cube. Neither do I think our deck will, though, because our deck is much more imaginative, as you would say. But I'm kind of at a point now where I want to have fun with the cube, and I don't care if I lose a little bit, because like this deck seems sick. All right, we have Kozilek in hand. We can discard Kozilek with Una's Prowler. And Collective Brutality, got Imp Seal to find an instant speed reanimation effect, so Una's Prowler is looking the most promising. I'm going to keep this, and hope to draw a land on the first turn, I think. I'm going to Imp Seal here and try to find Shallow Grave, or not Corpse Dance, where's that? Shallow Grave. Where are you at, dude? There. Go. And we'll either be Collective Brutalitying next turn, or I don't know what we'll be doing. We'll see. If they play a dude out, we may just Brutality it. Or they're doing nothing. Well, the chances of them having a bolt are very high. But I'm going to play this Gentleman out, and they may or may not bolt it, because like sometimes against Reanimator, like you don't realize, like you won't bolt this thing because you know it's just going to still discard anyways. Yeah, Lotus Cobra's fine. Put a fetch land into play. Alright, just a regular land. Play another thing. I want you to sack 4 things. Alright, they don't do anything? Ooh. Well, if they have Spell Pierce, I'm in shrubs. But I'm going to play around Daze at a minimum. Alright, well, now I can play around Spell Pierce. That was a good draw. Alright, shuffle them up. They have like Swords to Plowshares or Path to Exile. That'd be kind of savage. Just gamed them. Alright. Well, resub it. Oh, wait. That's right. Exhume. Bad. Exhume. Bad. What do we want in post to that? Probably Mez Fiend. We'll play a Mez Fiend over an Exhume. Exhume just seems bad. Like, I don't know why. I need to make sure I fix that. It's either Exhume or Repeal is what I want, but probably Exhume. Or probably Mez Fiend. Exhume is just terrible. I think I was building the shell and just failed to notice. I mean, like, it looks like it belongs in there, but it really doesn't. I mean, I could put Palinchron in to make it better, but, like, Palinchron's not a good creature to reanimate unless you're comboing with it, and I can't combo with it. Yeah. Hand's about perfect. I mean, it can basically run it back. Its turn slower. No, it's the same turn. So keep. And go ahead, my friend. Just don't have discard, please. Play more, like, fair lands. Thank you. Alright, Young Must Will. Do it all again. Sure. I can dismember their first creature they play. Although more than likely what will happen is... So I have to actually do this on turn 4. So never mind. This is actually turn slower. Because I forgot. I can't entomb this dude and, like, not reanimate him at the same time. I have to reanimate him, you know, at instant speed. I'm not going to get buyback on Corpse Dance, but it'll get shuffled back in regardless, which is fine. They're going to fetch here, find Taiga. They're going to bolt my face. Probably going to kill, dismember whatever they play here. They play nothing. Oh, well, or there's that. I think I want to get more permanence, so I'm just going to wait, actually. I'm going to dismember them. Dismember whatever they play here. If it's a walker, that kind of sucks. Like, the worst would be, like, a Nissa or something like that makes, like, creatures, so they have, like, 4 permanent cards. Just play like a dude. Perfect. Exactly what we want to see. Can I pay for buyback on this? No, I'm mana short, but it doesn't matter. I don't need buyback. Alright, Entomb. Kozilek, the Butcher of Truth. And lose all 4 of your permanents. And probably concede. So this deck does. Alright, feeling good. At a minimum, we got 1 win with this single target reanimator deck. / storm deck. And we got to storm out once. This deck is sick. Like, it's not good. Don't get me wrong. It's not good. But, like, you know, honestly, the draft itself was kind of an anomaly to me. Like, I don't understand how that draft went because, like, all the fatties were just sucked up. Like, someone was just like, nom, 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 fatties, 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 fatties. You know, and we got, like, all the build-around stuff to make it run, but, like, just the the payoffs weren't there, which is generally the exact opposite way that these drafts go. Generally speaking, like I find that all right, this hand's good. It's medium. I tend to find that actually, is this good? We're gonna keep this. We have a lot of tutors in the deck. The Una's Prowler allows us to get something out of hand, so yeah, I think this is okay. And we're playing in the B League. We're playing against removal too. All right, well, yes, sir. That is why we kept it. So tutor, Kozilek, top it. Now they're gonna like discard me, and I'm gonna be like, oh god. Like if they hit me, all right, they're gonna have counter magic and stuff up. This is gonna get countered, right? All right, no, it does not. All right. If I'm lucky, they'll like slam a Jace Bolera next turn. I can just hit them with an Eldrazi Cretin. More than likely, though, if they're a savvy player, they're gonna like be like, all right, Una's Prowler is a reanimator card, and they're gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna leave up my mana drain that I kept my 2-land hand on, and good luck with that. So I'm just gonna attack. Is what I'm saying basically. I'm not gonna like just throw it all away. I'm gonna wait for them to do something dumb. But I do think we have this cool cat and mouse right now, especially in game 1, where like they may or may not still be Liliana. All right, Phyrexian Arena game. Yes. All right, Force of Will would still be a beast. I can play around Daze here though, right? I'm gonna fetch first. Find. Maybe I need more than 2 islands. I guess another island allows me to leave up. I have Cabal Ritual. Allows me to leave up Mana Drain if I ever draw into it. Yeah. Alright, so let's do that. Ah, haha. Cool. Alright, so instant speed, Kozilek Reanimator. Alright, against blue, black. I keep on forgetting to do this. Take out Exhume. Put in Mesmeric Fiend. I don't want Repeal. Want all the discard spells. I want them to fear tapping out. Which it should do, because this deck does actually have some powerful stuff going on. I mean, it can do some cool stuff. Like, the fact that we got to Brain Freeze an opponent out in a game 1, like, was sweet. Like, after attacking them with a Kozilek Butcher of Truth. Like, I'm not going to get over that relatively soon. So if you're sick of hearing me talk about it, like, sorry guys, like, it's just sweet. Like, to me it's sweet, because, like, I don't get to do cool stuff like that in Magic all the time. You know, even if I lose that game overall, like, getting to play, or that match, getting to play that game was cool. Alrighty. Yeah, I think this is worth it. I'm going to keep this. It's close, though. Because, like, I probably need to Imperial Seal for, like, just an island. That's probably what I end up doing. Yeah, go ahead. They could force me to discard here, which would be bad. What do they force me to discard, though? I don't know. Like, I don't know what they take. If I were them, I wouldn't know what to take. Because it really depends on what else I have, and they've only seen a little bit. So, Inquisition of Kozilek. I'll take Imperial Seal, Mystical... I'd probably take Imperial Seal. That's probably the right pick. That was kind of the justification for the hand. Now, if I hit an island, it's just like instant validation. Like, yes. So good at Magic. It'll take Imp Seal, though. It could take Jace Vryn's Prodigy as well. Because they know that the Kozilek's stuck in my hand. But then, like, I think they take Imp Seal. They just slow me down by a couple turns. They take Jace, okay. Jace is the only way I get cards in the yard. This is going to get an island. Or I could get Ancestral Recall. That'd be cool. But I think I'll rely on Impulse doing that. Or Mystical Tutor. Mystical Tutor is quite good at doing that, too. Mystical Tutor does find... Alright. We're just going to see what they do. I don't need to Impulse here during my turn. I'm probably just going to Impulse here. I don't want to 2-for-1 myself to get countered by whatever they're holding up. Because I feel like they are probably holding something up here. Jet, Necromancy, Una's Prowler. Probably Una's Prowler here. Could have seen taking Yogg-Will. I think I force them to counter this if they want. And they may. They may. They may go ahead. I will start throwing away my cards. Yep. Cool. It is countered. Alright, so Caracas is more of a problem. We're going to go for an Ancestral Recall here. The unfortunate truth of having like an Una's Prowler on the bottom or in my graveyard is that I cannot, at this point, and I'll just play this out, I cannot actually get the Jace back, so Una's Prowler is actually kind of a problem. And Caracas is going to be an issue, but if I get to build up mana forever, I feel okay. I don't have a draw 7, but I do have a Yogg Will, which is now somewhere in the bottom of my deck, but I'm going to shuffle it up, which is kind of cool. So there's that. If they ever tap their Caracas, like I can probably get them. Like they need to be leery of tapping Caracas. Slam something. No, not going to slam it. I am going to shuffle the Yogg Will back into my deck. I think just wait him out. You can disallow and stifle this. I think I'm going to wait on Vamp. I mean, Vamp is probably going to eventually end up getting Yogg Will. Because the other win con is storming him out. Storming him the F out. Alright, Frost Titan. Cool. Alright, can we storm him the F out next turn? 27 cards. I mean, I can just blow up a bunch of their permanents. So what can I do here? I can get Mezfiend, doesn't really do anything. Collective Brute. Collective Brute's probably our best option here. I really don't want to shuffle my graveyard up, though. That's the problem I have here with this play. Alright, lose some perms. I assume they just lose 4 lands and keep the Frost Titan around. I mean, they could get rid of the Frost Titan here, but I doubt that. I mean, I left them with a reanimation effect. So lose a ton of lands, and now I'm off the top deck, but they are at 5. I have a little time. Best draw in deck, pretty easily going to be Ancestral Recall. Matter of fact, Ancestral Recall could chain into a win. They're going to tap my blue mana. Okay, cool. Okay, tap land, cool. No damage. No damage one time. I don't care if you get me next turn. Oh. Lost the flip. Play this out. If they have another land to attack with the Creeping Tar Pit, I'm just dead. So if they drew into that, cool. I'm dead. Alright, they did. Alright, well, that was a good draw. Concede. Unfortunate. What was our next draw? Mana Drain? Would have done it. So it didn't matter. Actually, I guess we didn't know our next draw. So they have a little bit of counter magic. They are reanimating as well. Do I have a way to stop that? Not really. Lion's Eye Diamond would have been good there because that probably would have allowed like a Yawgmoth's Will combo to kind of work out. I just didn't have mana. That was the issue. Is my mana was too constrained. Possibly if I had one more blue, I could have chained something together off Yawgmoth's Will. This is much better Reanimator deck than it is a Yawgmoth's Will deck. It's not as good at that. But I think it is a decent out to have in the deck. Like I think it's just a decent way to win. Unfortunately, the two ways do not really collide. All right, this hand's great. I'm going to keep this. We're going to go ahead and just Mez Fiend them on turn 1, Collectively Brutality them on turn 2. Just like devour their hand. Play this, Mez Fiend, and I have a clock. I have a 1/1. What is their best card here? Karakas, Ancestral Recall, Entomb, Frost Titan. Okay, so I'm going to take Ancestral Recall. Your hand now sucks. Okay, they drew into Godless Shrine, so they're going to take some damage and entomb something. They're not going to entomb this turn. Interesting. I'm going to take care of entomb right now. I could just find Mana Drain. Who am I kidding? I'm going to find Ancestral Recall because I'm Greed Sack. I'm so greedy. I don't care. But their hand looks like garbage to me. I mean, they really just need to draw lands. That's all I can draw. They have an island left. So Karakas is gone. Island is now gone. Entomb is gone. Looter Ilkor, okay. What does Doom Whisperer do again? Okay, it's a big thing. I have some cards that can kill that. Including Dismember. Dismember would be a good one to find for that. I'm going to find an island here because I do want to do this. I'm going to Impulse. Alright, there's Brain Freeze, Cabal Ritual. What does this all let me do? Is Cabal Ritual going to be big enough? Brain Freeze is looking enticing. It really depends on whether they have Eldrazi or not. I mean, I think I take the freeze here. Because if we get into like a big spell battle, I can see it working out pretty well in my favor. Okay, Literal Core is going to hit me. So they're looking for a land. They want to discard probably a fatty and then try to cast on Barrel Rights at some point in time. Alright, Sheldred's annoying. Frantic Search, also kind of annoying. Can they get there this turn? Am I able to get there next turn? Like, I would really love to draw like a ritual effect. Alright, Burial Rights on Sheldred. Okie doke. So Sheldred is a fast clock. I'm going to lose this Mezfiend, which stinks. Yep. Okay, it goes back. I am going to draw for the turn, I think. Yep. Alright, does this do it? Woo! And do I play a land? So here's the big question. If I think here I do play the land. Wait, can I do this? Yeah, I can do this. This is going to be up to 9, right? And then 10. Yeah, this is enough. Get there. No Eldrazi. No Eldrazi. No Eldrazi. Come on. If they have Eldrazi, I just lose the game. But I had to go for it, I think. Show me Eldrazi. They're going to slow roll me. I don't like the slow rolls, guys. They don't have it. Alright, game. Woo! Alright. Storm, single target reanimator. Alright. Don't think it matters. Go to your draw step. So sweet. Alright, guys, we went 2-1 with this complete pile. I loved playing it. I hope you enjoy watching it, because this deck was sweet. I do think we actually didn't draft horribly there. We probably forced a little bit hard on Reanimator, but like the cards were just really open, and I don't think the deck is that great. I didn't see his message. That was a sick win. Like, that was a sick win, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, I mean, like I'm not like not a sick win by me, but it's just the decks when they get to play that way is just really it's gorgeous. You're just like, yes, like this is cool. But you get to see that often in Magic and like variants like that, and just like interesting deck concepts. Like I have not seen a Storm Reanimator deck quite like that. I've seen like Sneak and Show Storm, which actually I think I put one up of. It also went 2-1. This deck went 2-1 as well, but it's kind of a jankier deck. But it got to do some really sick stuff. Like it did get to Storm off twice and Brain Freeze 2 people out. And it also got to win with some, like one fatty, just one big fatty. That's all it's got. It just does one and it's done, and maybe you can draw into the stuff again and make it happen again, but hopefully that one is enough. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun playing it, and it looks like we're still keeping the eternal dream alive of not going 1-2 in any of these. So, again, only 1-3-0 so far. I've had a lot of 2-1 decks, but that kind of tends to be the tendency with these. I think if you can go 2-1 and just stay eternal in it, you're doing pretty well, because, the decks are going to be higher variance, and, if you just want to draft to get the best winning deck every time, I would recommend you draft some sort of blue-red. I think it's probably the best deck, or the best 70th percentile deck if you want to force. But anyways, I've gotten to do some cool stuff. I'm going to enjoy putting this one up, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching this shenanigans as well. All right, guys, enjoy, and take care now.